Jennifer with DP Addiction Adventures, and I'm so glad that you took the time to check out my channel. I am a diamond painter, I am a trauma therapist, a mom, a wife, and I do scrapbooking, I do crocheting, and I am so glad that you decided to take a little bit of your time with us today. So, if I clear my throat a little bit, I apologize. For some reason, my allergies are really acting up today. But I did not want that to stop me from saying hello. So, what am I working on? I am working on When September Ends. It is a design that is based off of Anne Marie Bone's artistry painting. It's legally licensed through Dreamer Designs. It's a 40 by 50 and it's square. I will have the link below for you if you would like to check it out yourself. And I'm really enjoying the colors and the vibrancy. I actually got married in September. I love September. Even though fall is my favorite season, I live here in Michigan, and right now we're expecting snow tonight, and it is the end of April. And so even though fall is my favorite season, it's also a depressing time for me because it means that I am going into 6 months of winter. So right now I'm really looking forward to the summer, going to the lakes, enjoying watching my daughter play soccer, and just being outside, walking the dog without having to wear a coat, all that fun stuff. Alright, so before I get into the main reason of the video, that I wanted to address something. I labeled this video Draw With Me, and some new diamond painters, because it's becoming more and more popular, commented on my last Draw With Me that they couldn't see what I was doing. They thought it was this was supposed to be a tutorial, and I just want to let you know that a Draw With Me or a whip and chat or chat along or whatever we as YouTubers describe a long video where basically we diamond paint and chit chat is basically not a tutorial. It's a video that you sit and do your craft. It's a craft along video. And instead of watching TV, instead of listening to the radio, you listen to us and we chat along like we're having coffee or a certain topic or updates. So sometimes you'll see new things in a Draw With Me because we like to randomly talk usually about things. Sometimes it's topical. Sometimes it's all over the place. Just depends on our day and the personality of the channel host, creator. So if you're looking for how do I diamond paint, I have other videos that you're welcome to look at. If you go into my playlist, I've started a tutorial, tips, tricks, and forget what else I called it, but it's kind of some of the things to diamond paint. And you're welcome to check that out. There's also wonderful other channel creators that have amazing how-to videos as well, or types of trays, or the pin I'm using, just different things, updates. So I just wanted to let you know that that is available if that's what you're looking for. Otherwise, welcome to a Draw With Me. And I'm really excited about this. topic. I was thinking about it all week. And so this is part of my Therapeutic Tools series from time to time I talk about. So for those of you who are new and do not know me, I am a trauma therapist. I work with the refugee and asylum seeker community. Oop, I didn't have a drill on that one. And I deal a lot with PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, depression, dissociation, adjustment disorders. So I was thinking this week as I was, with my clients, last time I talked about like mindfulness and deep breathing and lowering your anxiety to give you power to be able to address the situation or figure out how to even look at the situation without having a panic attack. So check that out if you're interested in it. What I was thinking about today, which is the title of this drill with me, is redefining success. And some people might think, well, what does that have to do with the fact that I can't get out of bed, or that I'm dealing with chronic pain, or an abusive spouse, or a estranged child, or even my own self? Like, what does success have to do with that? And in our mindset as human beings, we're always looking from birth, comparing ourselves. That's how we learn. Think of an infant as they're with their parent or siblings or guardian. They're always observing their world to learn action and reaction, and that's how they develop. Now, our character is intuitive in us, but the way we perceive the world and the world's responses is all learned behavior. That's my belief. So I'm both a nature and nurture person. If inside of us we might have the fight to survive, like that comes from our nature, what was built within us. I'm going to take a drink of coffee. Just a minute. Excuse me. It's hot, so I slurp. But then nurture would be if we cry and we know that our guardian or our parent gives us what we need, whether it's a change of diaper, whether it's cuddles and love, whether it's, a warm blanket or food, then that's nurture. And we learn that our responses, how we talk to the world, gives us what we want or doesn't give us what we want. So that's kind of a little example of nature and nurture. And when we're depressed, when we have anxiety, when we, are dealing with an overwhelming world, whatever that may be, whether it's kids having a bad day and meltdowns and you are at the end of your rope and you have nothing left, you want to snap. So back to my question of what is success, is that we compare ourselves to people on Instagram or Facebook or even these YouTube channels. And we go, well, how can she be happy? Or I'm dying inside. I can't get out of bed. I can't even, this, and this. And in your mind, your definition of success might be getting out there and walking the dog and getting to the grocery store and making a big meal to have on the table. Or, you might have this definition of success in your mind, and that's not what you can do right now. And so every day you're building on letting yourself down, and every day you're feeling like a failure. And so you're just continuing to reinforce your lack of success. And that's not what you want to do. That's not going to build you up. That's not going to help you out of whatever struggle you're dealing with, whether it's, you know, like I said, this whole list of what we consider problems. And I'm wondering, you know, what would happen if we didn't lower the bar? Because we don't want to lower it. What if we changed the bar? What if we redefined what success is? Lowering the bar conceptually means that we're thinking to ourselves, we're not good enough. We can only reach this part of us. But if we change the bar and redefine success, then number one, we are empowering ourselves to choose what is good for us versus what is good for somebody else. So now we're adding this empowerment level. You know, we're not comparing ourselves to anyone else. We are setting our own levels. Number two is we are being thoughtful, and we are actually taking action. It's not, well, somebody else, or the weather is bad, or the kids are screaming, or, you know, we are looking at ourselves and we are creating that ability. We are reinforcing a positive ability that we can do this. And if you watched my other video, I talked about right and left brain, and the right brain is where our emotions are, and the left brain is where our logic is. And so if we're thinking about what is success at the most basic levels, then we are in our left brain, which is lowering our anxiety, lowering our panic, or increasing our apathy. Not increasing, decreasing the apathy, and raising up our awareness, if that makes any sense. Because we're thinking instead of feeling. And so now what does that look like? Well, I'll give you a prime example is self-disclosure. You know, my husband and I have dealt with infertility. I mean, our daughter is 11 and we do not have another child, and that's not for lack of trying. And in a 2.5-year period, we had 7 miscarriages. And I, became suicidal with depression and the hormones and the trying to still work full time and trying to be a mom for my daughter, who at the time was like 5, 6, and 7, and it was hard, and I felt like a failure as a wife, as a mom, like my whole life, like nothing. I started thinking nothing is going right, I can't do this, I can't. And the pain was just physically and emotionally was too much to handle. And so I had to redefine what success was. And I decided, you know what, today, success is being able to get out of bed and brush my teeth and not fall back asleep. Like, it wasn't even get out of my pajamas. It was just like lay and stare at the ceiling for half an hour and not retreat into sleep. And then the next day was wake up and brush my teeth and shower, and sit on the couch for, a while and watch some Netflix and not expect anything else, And so every day I created, or the night before, I created what did success look like, and if I accomplished those things, then it was like, okay, check off the box. I did it. And it took a lot of work because in the back of my head, I still thought, well, I'm lowering my standard. I'm a therapist. I, should have my act together. I should. And so I had to really say, no, I'm in control of myself. And I had to say, I had to forget the lie and put the lie away that I'm not in control of myself. And I had to say, no, I am in control of myself. And I control that I need to take care of myself. And right now, if I'm in bed, okay, that's okay. But in order to keep myself from staying in bed forever, I had to create a goal for that day. And what does that goal look like? And accepting that that goal was okay. Really telling myself the world is going to revolve around the sun no matter what I do. The world is going to keep on turning no matter what decision I make. Life outside this house, outside this bedroom, outside this bed, outside of me is still going to go on. But I need to be okay with who I am and my own decisions in order to get better, in order to enjoy life at the level that I chose that I wanted to enjoy it. So how do I do that? I take care of myself. And so today, I'm going to take care of myself and I'm going to be okay with it. And every time the thought that I should be doing something else comes into my mind, I'm going to tell myself, no, like I have made this decision. I am a smart person. I'm the expert on myself. Like no matter what level you are intellectually, you're still the expert on yourself. And I'm the expert on myself. And I need to do this. And I am choosing to do this. And I'm not going to let what other people say influence me. And I had to give myself a pep talk. I mean, sometimes I had to give myself a pep talk every 5 minutes. And that's okay. Because if that's what you need to survive today, then that's success. And the fact that you have the wherewithal to give yourself a pep talk is success, So redefining success, what does that look like? And how can you work to accept that new level of success for that day? Take a drink. And that was really important. That was something that helped me get through those years. And still today, every day, what is success? And what does that look like? And being okay at the end of the day with how the day went. And if I'm not okay with how the day went, then being okay with that, saying, I am not really happy with my attitude and how I did this, and this. Okay, so what's my game plan then for tomorrow? My game plan is I'm going to apologize to my coworker and accept the fact that I was a total, witch. And I need to own up to it and I need to apologize. No excuses, Hey, I was in a really crappy mood and I did not use my own checks and balances to make sure I protected other people from my mood, and I'm really sorry that I allowed that to affect how I handled things in a meeting. Or, if I'm upset at my daughter and just, hey, mommy was not doing well yesterday and I was a little more upset than I should have been, and I did not want to take it out on you, and I'm sorry that it happened. And just owning it, and moving on, and not taking on the guilt, but taking on the responsibility. Does that make sense? Like, there's a difference between guilt and responsibility. Guilt is, I did something wrong, and I know as a therapist I should be able to describe it, but I can't put my finger on it now on a Saturday morning. But there is a difference. Responsibility is owning up to it, accepting it, moving on. Guilt is just kind of apathy and what happened and being like shrugging your shoulders and just, I did what I did, oh well. And at least that's my perception of it. And so it's all about mindset. And many people say, well, I don't have the mindset. I don't have the power to do that. The fact that you're saying I don't have the mindset and I don't have the power to do that means you do have the power, because you're aware that it even exists. And so I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm going to be perfectly blunt. If you're watching this and saying I don't have the power, I'm just going to say bull honky, because you're telling me you don't have the power. So there's something inside you that is powerful and is wanting and desiring to be who you were meant to be. And so instead of saying I don't have the power, say, you know what, I'm going to redefine success, and I'm going to change what I'm telling myself. So I don't have the power to handle life right now. Okay, so what does that look like? Instead of saying I don't have the power to handle life, be like, you know what? Today, my strengths are not to go out into the world and, you know, participate. That's not my strength today. My strength today is going to be to take care of myself and to sleep for a couple hours and then get up and brush my teeth and make sure I get a cup of water in me, and then sleep for another couple hours, and then maybe do some coloring or diamond painting or looking out the window or petting the dog, and get another cup of water, and then lay back down and then get back up and watch maybe a Netflix movie. And that is the power I have today. So instead of I don't have the power, to change that perspective. Sorry, my light casts a little shine right in the middle. Just have to give it a little umbrella to see. I don't have my light pad on right now, and so that affects, since there's light from above and not from below, I get the glare. So just that perspective change of, if you're telling yourself that you don't have the power, then bull honky, you do have the power. And what do you have the power to do? And knowing it's not lowering expectations, it's creating a new expectation. And so I was just thinking a lot about like redefining success and what does that look like. And I wanted to share that with you guys. Just give you a little tidbit on what I've been thinking about and going over. That doesn't help. That does not help. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. So I know this is a shorter drill with me, but I thought you would enjoy, or maybe not enjoy, who knows. So if you want more therapeutic tools and to hear insights of what goes through my crazy mind, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. If not, tell me what you would like differently, or give me some suggestions. I am open to change, or attempt to be. I may have to hyperventilate, but be nice and constructive. I'd really appreciate that. Also, if you want to be notified of future videos, hit the bell below and it will remind you when a new video pops up. So until next time, be blessed. Love you all. Take care. See you next time.